The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Thursday! Hey. You're looking live at a frigid, cold, crisp Tostitos Championship Plaza outside Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, Texas, where it is a balmy 28 degrees. The high is 32. Listen to this, folks. In Frisco, Texas, 11 degrees tonight.
Oh, man.
Got down to 14 last night. We're not built for this.
No.
So,
no.
Anyway, welcome to the show. Welcome back, Chris, by the way.
He is Shannon. That is Nate. This is Kurt. In the back is Chris Beam. Welcome back, Chris. I am Salt and Pepper Poppy. Together, we make Hanging with the Boys, the sports talk equivalent of Braille. People feel us.
We got defensive linemen, they will.
When we speak.
Brought to you each and every day by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
If we can fly like an eagle, get some of them defensive linemen, but we sure enough will.
Is that going to be the motto? We're going to have to hear this
Nate's
from
been
now
up
on.
stats over there. They're pretty good.
Golly, Jesse, I'm hurting, man.
Why you hurting, baby? Why you hurting, baby? Talk to me.
I need me a defensive lineman.
He
You
was
got
looking-
well, coaches. They talked to the coach the other day. They said got an explosive one right here in house.
Who was that?
Mozzie. They said explosive. They said gets off the ball.
All right, so a question for you. We had a chance.
Explosive.
That's what they said.
We've had a chance,
That's their
right?
words, not mine.
Isn't this the perfect opportunity to change the narrative about whatever you want to change the narrative about and speak truths in this building? Like you've got
What truth though?
That's what I'm asking.
Because there are multiple levels of truth,
That's what I'm asking.
right? It's our truth.
This is
it's
a man
their
that
truth.
fast and believe in the truth.
I do believe in the truth.
Because
Multiple levels of truth.
It's your truth. It's my truth. It's their truth.
I agree, but is there some truth to that? Since
Speaking of truth.
this is the second.
Okay, you got the truth hat on. There you go. There you go. There you go.
We searching for the truth.
Nate just pulled a beanie out. It's got truth in bright red across his forehead. So, are we starting off? I've heard a lot about everybody likes this coaching staff, whoever's truth you want to listen to. Everybody likes who Schottenheimer's bringing in, some good quality hires. You know, the players seem to like the guys they're bringing in, bringing a lot of guys from college. Are we starting to already have some of the same narratives that were rammed down our throat with the old administration? You've got a chance to do your own thing, right? Do your own thing, create your own narratives, take a wait and see approach. Guys are going to earn their job. We're going to reevaluate, but we're starting off. To me, we're kind of starting off with, yeah, we got the guys. Do we? We've heard that 15 years. We've heard we got the guys, and then we get the guys, and then do we really have the guys? So, like, how do y'all feel about the way all this is? Because a lot's happened over the last week and a half. How do y'all feel about how it's?
I think a lot of that is just coach speak. I mean, they can't come out and say, "Man, our guys suck."
Why can't you?
Because they need these guys to.
They didn't
follow
get
them.
their jobs that way.
That's what I'm
They
saying.
got their jobs that way and being honest and seeing what they see on film. Then if they hired them, then they could say that. But they didn't hire them.
Right. So are we worried that we're starting off being a mouthpiece for the organization already, and the players are starting to get comfortable before we've even stepped on the field? Because we got some good players. We got some guys. Why not just come in and go, look, this is the way. We're going to look at everybody. This is competition. Best man up. Like we're going to reevaluate and train. Don't let anybody get comfortable. We've been comfortable for 29 years around here.
Little drought.
Yeah, why not come in and and I get it. He's a player's coach. Like he's probably not going to want to rock the boat, and that's I think if that's his way, that's his way. But why not come in and just put everybody on notice and be like, hold up.
Well,
like,
maybe, hopefully they are maybe behind the scenes, but publicly I don't think.
Do it publicly.
2/3 of those guys they're going to have to follow. You have to follow them. They have to coach. So I don't think they're going to come in.
I don't know. I
just
don't. I guess I'm tired of being comfortable. I'm tired of everything's going to be okay. We're good. I want somebody to be like, hey, we'll see. I don't know if we're good or not. We're going to find out. We're going to find out who wants to be here, who doesn't want to be here, and go through it. That's just me. How do you guys feel?
I think, to Kurt's point, we're seeing from Schottenheimer and from his coaching staff a lot of what the Joneses, Mr. Jones and Stephen Jones, sold us on in the press conference. They talked about Brian Schottenheimer being someone, when it came to spitting words, to saying words, to being able to galvanize a room with his words, that's what they sold us on. Mm-hmm. You see that the way the coaches are speaking. They're trying to have this positive influence for all the guys, in this locker room. To your point, I agree with you. I think that there needs to be a level of uncomfortability. There shouldn't be many guys on this roster that should feel comfortable with their job security. There should be guys on this roster who come in here and have to know that a fight will have to be put up for your playing time. That you shouldn't be able to just waltz in here and be high on the hog because your coaches are just speaking that way. This little drought, this 30-year drought, this 7-10 that what it was last year, the boat needs to be rocked. There needs to be a shift. There needs to be that. Unfortunately, when you start talking about the type of people who can do that, one are those who have the skins on the wall on the NFL's level. Because all of these guys are really coming in here, and you hear the college guys, a lot of college guys coming here, and the words that I'm hearing a lot is, hey, they develop. Hey, they develop. These guys, they can develop. But they're not coming in here with the big skins on the wall as an NFL success story. So they're looking at guys in the locker room with not much NFL success, trying to tell those other guys in the NFL locker room who don't have much success. And now we both can't be looking at each other with not much success in the league that we're both trying to dominate in. So I do agree that we're hearing a lot of coach speak. I do agree that there needs to be a shift in the way that we approach this thing. There needs to be a more strict, more fine line, more, I don't want to say walking on eggshells, but when I called Nate a month ago and I asked him about Jimmy Johnson and how did that feel when Jimmy Johnson became the head coach of this football team, it needs to be a level of that. It needs to be a level of healthy fear. There needs to be a level of healthy fear that at any moment my job can be gone because these guys didn't draft me, these guys didn't sign me, these guys weren't, or don't have any ties to me. There needs to be that level of healthy fear, and I think you can get that through public language that you speak in the media. You can make people feel a healthy fear. And that, I think, is what may be necessary. The country club life is going to get you 7-10 again. Mm-hmm. It's going to get you 9-8. It's going to get you, 8-9. The country club lifestyle, the kumbaya, and everyone's, this isn't an equal opportunity employer. That's not what football is. No. Every Jimmy said it a long time ago. Everybody gets treated fair, but everybody going to get treated the same. Yeah. And there needs to be that level of here's how we're moving forward.
Eberflus he drops, he said obviously the better players you have, the better they are, better you are, and this is a player's game, so the talent does matter. So I felt like he dropped a couple little hints that maybe they don't have who they want. But again, I don't think any of these guys are going to come out and say, you know, I don't know. What did Jimmy do? Did he talk publicly, or did he come in the first meeting and say everybody's better be on their toes?
No, it was a way different era. But a coach have to be firm in who he is. That's why you heard me say earlier when we first started talking about Coach Schottenheimer is I hear what you're saying, but when somebody get out of line or things don't go right, let's see what you do. Let's see how you respond. Do we have to, or are we going to keep it in-house and nothing ever get done? Or this has already been taken care of and you can visibly see it. So I just want to see what they're going to do. I'm talking to a lot of people like Jesse and all of you guys, all of us, talking to a lot of people, and I can't say I know this for sure. So now everybody's in wait-and-see mode. You want eggshells. You want, hey, you got to be more political, and Jesse in the middle. And so I'm nowhere, bro. I'm just like, what is going to happen?
I should say that I don't necessarily think that. I'm with you. I would like to see some. I just don't think they're going to say that publicly.
No, they're not. The thing is, it's been a long time since us talking heads, have been in a position where we just can't throw any daggers. I mean, what we haven't even say what's a good record because we don't know who the players are. You got 26 free agents, so we can't say, well, hey, if they go 7 wins, we can't even move forward because we don't know what to move forward with. What, they just a bunch of. They just like us. Be honest with you, they just a bunch of guys right now. Mm-hmm. I don't know them. Jesse probably got a better inroad than all of us. I don't know.
And I don't want them to public shame anybody or anything like that.
Public shaming works.
You want that? I know you do.
Public shaming works.
That public flogging can get you going.
Public shaming works.
I just want them to say, we don't know what we have. We know what's in the past, but we're moving forward, and we're going to evaluate everybody like a new player, and the best guys are going to be on the field because I don't think around here that's always been, and maybe it won't, maybe it can't be that way around here. The way this thing's structured, maybe you can't put your best guys on the field for off the field reasons.
Yeah. See, I don't want people to get misconstrued when you hear, because we throw this term around a lot, and you hear a player's coach, right? We throw that term around loosely.
Yes.
And a lot of times I think we misinterpret what a true player's coach is, and it's not a coach who is looking to. It's not a coach that's looking to buddy with the players.
He's not soft.
It's not. Yeah, it's not that. It's not a guy that's looking to be like friendly. It's not a guy who's looking to have these,
go to Duke basketball games with your.
Go to Duke exactly. To go to Duke basketball games, like that's not the.
Dang, Kurt.
Yeah. That's not. And by the way, that didn't go over well in the locker room. Just want to let people know that wasn't well received by the others in the locker room when something like that happened. But a player's coach is a guy that players in the locker room highly respect. That they highly respect. That they police themselves because there is that healthy boundary-laden fear of that coach. But I know if I need something, that he will be a person that stands alongside of me in it. But he's also a person who is not going to take any bull and will have you wearing 3 shoes, 2 on your feet and 1 in your, because that's how he's going to get down. And that there's a very, because when you hear player coaches and people say, oh, Wade was a player's coach. Wade, people abuse that. no matter how you address it, how you dress it up, the softer, kinder, meeker, want to build friendships and all that kind of stuff type coach, players, men abuse it. They abuse the women in that way. If you have a woman who is meek and lets you get away with anything and don't put boundaries on things, it's in our nature. It's in our nature. We'll just keep doing it. If you let me do this and you say nothing about it, I'm gonna keep doing it over and over and over and over again. So when you hear players coach, like the notion that is something that will get the guys to they abuse that.
I got a perfect example. Kareem Hunt, running back for Kansas City, several years ago was on the up. He lied to Coach Reed. Coach Reed cut him on the spot. Several years later, Coach Reed goes back and get this guy, and you ought to just hear the gushing admiration this kid had. I'm saying now that's a player's coach, because when Jimmy come to you and say, hey, man, tell me what happened.
Right.
We on your side. Please tell me what happened. And if you lied to him, you were gone. I'm with you, Jess. That's good stuff.
Would you say Jimmy was a player's coach?
Yes, sir. You can't get a man, hated him to death, not love him to death. I'm going to tell you about great people, great players, great coaches. They are very, very selfish. But one thing they do have is they know it takes others to get them to where they want to go. And that's greatness. Why would Tom Brady call Belichick? They didn't have a nice ending, but why would he call him? Just to fill him out, just to see what was going. Why? Evidently, there was something there. Players, just that's good stuff, boy. That's some good stuff there, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's take our first break. When we come back, a lot of talk about the salary cap the last few days.
I got to leave.
We'll save that for the end. We'll wait till the final segment. Nate can leave.
That's got to be the biggest fantasy in the world.
Okay, we'll talk about defensive line when we come back on Hanging with the Boys.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy classic wings, sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
This is Nate Newton from Hanging with the Boys, and Wingstop is here to bring the flavor to game day as the official wings of the Dallas Cowboys. Order now by downloading the Wingstop app or ordering online at wingstop.com.
Hey, Cowboys fans, the 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cowboys football games or to any other live event, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
How about them Cowboys? Or how about them Tyson Cowboys Nuggets? As we cheer for the stars on the field, we love that we've also got some stars on our plate, thanks to Tyson brand star-shaped Cowboys Nuggets. They sure make game day special, and for every purchase of the new Tyson Cowboys Nuggets this holiday season, Tyson Foods will donate $1 to the Salvation Army up to $100,000. As you enjoy your stars on and off the plate, remember, tailgates and game day have always been Tyson.
We got big personalities. We got big hair, big belt buckles. We got fans all across this big state and enemies in every other one. We even got a big star on the 50-yard line. Smirnoff knows football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks home or away, we rally together. We cry together, and we always rally cry together because, most of all, we got big love for them boys. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the second segment of Hanging with the Boys. Jesse Holly, Kurt Daniels, Nate Newton. I'm Shannon Gross. And every show, the second segment is sponsored by Blockchain.com.
Blockchain.
Thank you, Blockchain.com. Kurt,
Yay.
swing by 7-Eleven right down the street. Go to Pump 8. Fill up your tank.
I need something hot.
Grab your favorite item. They have hot stuff. Hot glizzy in your mouth
Boy.
from the roller grill, and then enjoy a big gulp.
Oh, big gulp, son.
For just 89 cents, valid at participating stores. Fill up with Jesse Holly at Pump 8.
Pump 8.
And get game day ready, even though it's the off season. Stay game day ready. All right, good stuff, that first segment about the coaching staff. We'll save the salary cap fantasy football talk for later so Nate can just glide on out of here. Your guy Dez, Jesse, had some comments to say on social media the last week. And this is something that you alluded to probably before last season even started. Dez agrees with you. He thinks the Cowboys are rebuilding, and he says it sucks. So how do we feel about, the moves they made last year? It's going to be very interesting. I think we'll know here, a couple of weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks when free agency starts?
March 12th.
And you see,
when did the Jerry Jones family go on their spring break vacation, family vacation? It's March 10th.
So,
right? They have their annual.
Why would you kill the segment?
They have their annual.
Why would you just get us all to be real quiet real quick?
Why would you just kill the segment?
Right? Don't they have their annual? I don't
know. I don't get in their personal business, Jesse. I just, when I see it on social media.
They made it public.
See it on social media, we'll know about it. I don't know. I don't have access to their calendar.
Dude, just crush the segment.
Shout out to the yacht. I want to get on the yacht.
What do you think their intentions will be in free agency? Do you think they're clearing out roster space and this is like a 2-year plan to get money and then go hard at it after this year? Or do you think they're going to, because you said earlier, what is it, 26 free agents?
Something like that, yeah.
Some form, shape, or fashion.
And it looks like you're already not going to be able to keep Osa, right?
I don't know. I think they're going to.
Osa's getting more and more expensive as the days go long. He's getting more and more expensive.
Like, I'm so glad they let
He's
this
getting more and more
out.
expensive.
Players must
$20 million player.
Good players must just love being free agents here because you get the brand behind you, you get TV time, and they're gonna wait till the end of your contract to do anything with it. So you're gonna get maximum dollars out of it, whether you stay here or go somewhere. It must just be like, no, I'm gonna let it ride. I just hope I don't get hurt. Just get to the end of this thing. But what do you guys think as far as free agency? Do you look for a massive, just brand new looking roster, or do you think they'll, they talk about keeping their own, right? Do you think they'll be aggressive and try to keep the guys here, or do you think they're going to clean out money and try to start somewhat, as Des says, rebuild and start fresh? Because you've already kind of did it last year, right? You let some big contracts go. What do you think is going to happen this year?
My personal opinion, and it ties back into the type of coaches that they have brought on. They brought in all of these coaches, and again, we keep hearing the same thing: develop, 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 develop. The difference between the NFL and NCAA is you have time. You got guys have redshirt years. You got guys who are there doing winter workouts, spring ball. They never leave. Right? Like you always have access to these guys to develop. It's not like when you guys know it's busy here one day, that season ends, ghost town. You don't see it. Next time you might see a Joker, it's gonna be on social media. He's gonna be 2 shades of the wind. And so the coaching staff and what they're good at leads me to believe that they're going back or staying with their MO. Draft, develop. Draft, develop. And so in this process, they're in that rebuilding stage because when they had money, when the Dak was on his rookie deal, they didn't spend money in free agency. They have long been one of the least spending teams, and the numbers document that, spending in free agency. So unless the 30-year drought is all of a sudden coming to an end, this is a part of their rebuild.
Do they do a good enough job at, because that's what they do. They draft, they develop, and when the price gets too high, they let them go. They don't keep guys unless it's
a superstar.
A Dak or a Micah or a skill high skill position player, right? Do you think they do a good enough job? Obviously, the results aren't there, but from a player development standpoint, are they doing a good enough job keeping that pipeline going to where that's a good business model, or should they develop them and then when the price gets too high, should they be paying some of these guys and not letting them go?
To me, it's you Will McClay and his drafting, his scouts and his drafting, they, for the time that he's been here, relatively speaking, they've been really good at it. Right? Your favorite players that you enjoy watching and have bought jerseys and have posters on the walls and come to see play every Sunday has been because
homegrown.
Yeah. It's when you miss. And they've missed in the last 2 years, which has set back the process. Because the process you want to have is you want to be able to draft these guys, develop these guys, and now they be so good that the pieces that I bring in don't have to be these great pieces. Right? I can go and get these smaller pieces to go with the pieces that we developed, homegrown developed, and now we're able to go out there and put 12-5 seasons, 13-3 seasons, and 14, whatever that number is. But when you miss, especially in your first 3 rounds, it sets you back significantly because those guys, first-round guys, they got to have immediate impact. If you're a first-round guy, you have to have a high percentage of being an immediate impact player. Second round guy, same thing. Third round guy, we're looking for you to be in the mix of this thing. Now, anything that I get in the 4th, 5th, 6th round undrafted, those are helping pieces. If they hit, bonus. If they don't hit, we're not actually looking for them to hit right now. Those are the developed guys that we're looking at. But when we don't hit in the first 3 rounds 2 years in a row, you set your franchise back now because you're saying we have so many holes. Now coming into this year, Mozzie didn't hit. Where you have a hole at? Defensive line. From what it looks like today, Tyler Guyton didn't hit. You have another hole in the offensive line. Right? Your Maris Lewis-Fowl was okay. Demarion, he got hurt. Yeah. So it created more holes. Yeah. So Schoonmaker didn't hit. Nealon got hurt. Sam Williams a couple years ago got hurt. So now all the guys that you've needed to be impact players for your draft development and then get the smaller pieces to come in haven't hit. So that sets you so far back to now you found yourself in a place 3 years later of we got to reach. I have to get a guy that hits now.
Excuse me.
I have to now pay a cost to a guy like Osa. And I said this on my other shows about a guy like Osa is Osa's value has become a product of the system. Osa ain't a $20 million player, y'all. Like I'm not, I don't want to, Osa, I want you to get all the money you could possibly get. All of it. All of it. All of it. But Osa's not he's not a $90 million football player. But he'll get that.
He's going to get it.
He'll get that because of the way that the Cowboys did their situation and not having guys hit. If Mozzie hits, Osa's a foregone conclusion. If Mozzie, who they thought Mozzie was supposed to be, they say, Osa, I got $15 million for you. I got 2 years, $15 million. I got $20 million for you for 3 years. And now you become a piece of it. But because Mozzie didn't hit and it looked so bad, and the others around him didn't hit and it looked so bad, and he stood out, now you look around and it's not a big market. It's not a bunch of free agent interior defensive linemen right now. The value goes up. Supply and demand.
So it's a good business model as long as you don't have injuries and you don't miss. Which everybody misses and everybody.
But when you miss injuries. 2 years in a
right.
Listen, they drafted Tyron Smith. They drafted Zach Martin. Mm-hmm. They drafted Fredericks, Zeke. Dak, CD,
Micah.
Like there were teams that they had that was purely draft-based players. Like the stars of the team were guys that were drafted and developed, and they hit over and over and over. You're like, you look up, you're like, damn, it's a good football team. You look at that 2014, 2016 type teams.
Right.
Those teams were damn good teams.
Well, they didn't really miss a first rounder.
They were hitting
till what last
2000,
2 years?
Yeah. Talked with Charlton 17, but
Right.
They never missed on offensive linemen.
Ever.
They were hitting. And when you hit the way that they were hitting, those guys were turning into Pro Bowlers.
So do you just, Nate, if you're them and you're like, we're really, really good at this, we're not so great at drafting in the first few rounds.
You can't stop those
guys from Michigan. So don't ever take a guy from Michigan. Let's just draft first round lineman.
Jordan Lewis is a good guy.
You still got to do your homework. And if that
I love
guy
Jordan.
The best guy,
No, Jordan's not in that mix. If
that guy the best guy, regardless of, I don't want nothing to do with Michigan, but if that guy is the man.
Mason Graham, Michigan player. He won't be there. If he gets there at 12, whoa.
So
there might be a gas mask situation. I even think still, I still believe if he has a gas mask on, he ain't making it to 12.
But would you is that a valid question? If you're really that good at hitting on offensive linemen and trading back and knowing like I can do this, and you need is that not a bad business model? Like, hey, we know we're going to nail this, or do you always still just say it's best player? I mean, everybody's going to say best player.
Well, you failed last year offensive line.
Yeah, he failed. You probably reached for him.
Yeah, but you reached, right? The other ones you didn't really reach for. Well, I guess I don't get
you had a battle for Zach Martin.
Yeah,
you had a battle.
Yeah,
Boss was going with Johnny Manziel.
Yeah.
Boss said, "Give me Johnny Manziel." Boss said, "Give me." They said, "Whoa."
Do you not hear what the coach said about this dude behind closed doors?
Let's go get something a little bit more confident we can rely on. And it worked out, right? Because Zach Martin gave you, 10
great years.
That pick was we did mean tweets that year, and that was probably the most relatable tweet I'd ever heard. We've got the guys to read the players. The players to read the tweets. Yeah. And it was, I really liked the Zach Martin pick, but it's like wanting an Xbox One for Christmas and getting a pair of socks.
I remember that. Oh, that was ugly. That was ugly.
All right, let's take our last break. We will talk about, is the salary cap even real? And is there anybody on this team that you guys would franchise if you were running the organization? And maybe a couple of other things if we can get to them. When we come back for the final segment of this week's Hangin' with the Boys. Be right back.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy classic wings, sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
This is Nate Newton from Hangin' with the Boys, and Wingstop is here to bring the flavor to game day as the official wings of the Dallas Cowboys. Order now by downloading the Wingstop app or ordering online at wingstop.com.
Hey, Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry, even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle?
Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys to get started.
Fall is here, and that means football is back, bringing all the delicious game day foods with it. As you prep for all the big games, tailgates, and watch parties, let Yo Quiero be your one-stop destination for all things home gating. Yo Quiero's fresh, flavorful, ready-to-serve guacamole, made with real Hass avocados, will score taste bud touchdowns as you cheer on the Cowboys. Yo Quiero's wide range of mouth-watering and versatile products can be found in your local grocery store's produce or deli section. Grab some today.
Hey, Cowboys fans, the 2024 football season is here, And SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cowboys football games or to any other live event, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the final segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every day by Jigsaw, the proud dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Jigsaw, baby. Jigsaw.
All right, Nate. We mentioned
Jigsaw, baby. Jigsaw.
Mentioned salary cap, and you almost.
Ain't your son here today?
He is.
Okay.
We just mentioned salary cap, and you almost took the headphones off and walked out. Why? Why do you have? Why are you so angry at the salary cap?
Because for the last 7 or 8 years, we've talked about salary cap, and it didn't benefit us. And we had decent players, and it didn't benefit us. Okay, now we spend to talk salary cap, and the players, we don't have the same quality of players. What good is it going to do us? Well, I mean, when we had a chance to get guys in free agency to help us get over the top, mainly that Green Bay year when we flopped, we could have went out and found us somebody defensively that could have brought some pressure or something.
Maybe it's time they.
Yeah.
You talked about draft and develop earlier. Maybe it's time they need to. I mean, all these teams are making runs. They've had free agents. Maybe it's time to use some free agents.
And people keep. You listen to folks, around here, the capologists, not the people over there in Mr. Jones' office. I'm talking about our media can just tell you this, and feed these fans all of this, and this. Well, just 4 or 5 years ago, or 3 or 4 years ago, the Rams, they said the Rams was going to be in cap hell. But it's like to me, they was in the second round of the playoffs. It was in the second round of the playoffs. They tell me the Eagles was finna fall off because was going to be in cap hell. They won the Super Bowl in cap hell. I can't get that. I can't buy it. I'm a fan. I buy season tickets, so I can't buy it. I'm buying season tickets. So I want to know, get in cap hell so my wife can be happy.
Sound like a woman, right? Get in debt. Yeah. Make me happy.
Yeah. So there's going to be a bump in the salary cap somewhere between, what is it, Kurt? 277, 281 million.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
It was 255 this past.
Yeah, it's about a $20-something million bump.
Which it goes up, every year, every couple years?
Every year.
With the TV money.
Last year, it went up.
Yeah, this is a bigger bump than they ever
than it normally is. So
somewhere around like $56 million over the last 2 years, the salary cap has raised. In 2 years, $56 million.
So is it a real number? Because like Nate said, you keep hearing they're in cap hell, but everybody keeps finding creative ways to push the money back, and you just keep pushing it. We talked about that on the last show. And as the pie grows, the salaries grow, so it eats up the extra money because they can spend more on guys, and then it brings the market up. So you're really just chasing. It's like inflation, right?
It's the credit card.
Yeah,
it's the credit card.
You make more money, but the eggs cost more. But
right,
and then it just you're not really. There's really no extra money there.
But the ingenious way, or the way that people are trying to, like the Philadelphia is the best example right now. It's the best example. The first thing the Cowboys, when you're talking about salary cap money, is you got to stop doing what you're doing now. Meaning, you let Osa get to the end of his deal.
Let everybody get to the end of their deal.
Right? Osa, 2 years ago, if this was a player that you looked at and said, Osa Odigizua, I like you. I won't you. No, I like you.
Could have got him for half.
Right? But what you've done now is
you created the market.
I now have control over this player at a reasonable price that I can push further along if I like to. Right? And now I can go and use that other money to bring in other players. But you let these guys get to the end of their deal, and like Osa, for example, who this isn't, I don't, like when I say it, I don't want to come off like I'm sounding like I'm shading Osa. But you let him get to an end of the deal and have a good year, and now you're facing the market now. When you didn't have to face the market 2 years ago, if this was the guy that you were going to bring. And anticipation that the market is, the salary cap will go up. Jerry talked about it last year. He thought it was going to go up $10 million. It went up $16 million or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. So football's not dying, fellas. This is not a dying sport. This is not basketball. This ain't baseball. This ain't hockey. This is the most profitable sport in all of sports. It keeps growing. The TV deals, the marketing deals, it just keeps rising. When you go and you look at the TV ratings, and now football's everywhere. You got a hard time finding football. It's on 19 networks. It's on 19 networks. You got to have 27,000 streaming services to see football. Last year, football was played on every single day except Tuesday.
Coming soon.
It was played on every single day of the week except Tuesday or Wednesday, one of the two, but it was played on every single day. They got it on Amazon. They got it on Prime. They got it on Hulu. They got it on YouTube. Like, it's everywhere. The numbers ain't going down. When you go back and you watch how football is being watched, they did the top 100 viewing things on TV. 97 of them was football. 97 of them were football. The top 3 were football. The top 10 were football. I think it was like the Grammys and something else. Of the top 100 viewed things on TV, 97 were football games. The money will be there. They have to be willing to buck what they are comfortable doing. This is at times why people ask for a new GM, because when you never have the seat being hot, Jerry, I don't care what people say. I don't care what people say. That seat ain't never hot. I don't give a damn what people say. I don't care what the fans, seat ain't hot. The only person that he's fighting against with that seat is him and Father Time. That's it. That seat ain't hot, so I don't have to move in such a way. You move in these certain ways. You get super duper creative. You get super duper innovative and sometimes desperate.
Warriors.
When you get in the hot seat, when your back's against the wall, when you have to perform because you know that your job may be up if you don't. Why do I have to change my ways? Who as the young people say, who checking me, boo? Who checking me? Nobody's checking me. And when we start talking about, you start to see now teams starting to sell portions of their franchise to get some liquid cash to make these particular moves. Because they're saying if we pay the bill up front, we get the product, we'll make the money on the back end in merchandise and ticket sales and parking and all that other kind of stuff. The problem is, Jerry's saying, I already won. I already win that already. Yeah. What you're trying to do, I'm already won. I'm already the best selling in merchandise. I'm already the best selling in concessions. Shout out to Legends Concessions. I'm already the best in attendance every single year. I have 100,000 seats, so my parking is probably the best because I have one of the biggest stadiums. Why change? So that's the money's there to do these things. It's there. You have to be willing and wanting to do it to be competitive.
Nate, would you franchise anybody
on this team
this year?
No, sir.
No?
Nobody's good enough.
Chris just had a good stat that he told us in the break. Eight players last year were franchise league-wide. Is there anybody you guys franchise?
Here?
Yeah. Mm-mm. Not worth paying.
Not that price.
No.
Top 5 money. All right, Kurt, anything else you want to hit before we get out of here?
No, I guess we owe Brian Rowley apology. Thought our first segment was horrible.
Brian?
Yeah.
Who's Brian?
Exactly.
Fan.
What do we even talk about?
Just call me Asinine.
That's
For sure.
We love you, brother.
Guess we talked
Thanks for watching.
too much football today.
At least we got your attention.
See what happens when we finally talk football? No one wants to hear that stuff. No one wants to hear us talking about football.
I'm reading a book. I'm reading a new book. I said to myself,
What?
yeah, I'm reading books to 2025.
Okay.
So what you reading?
First book I'm reading is called 4 Agreements.
Okay.
And so that's my first book of 2025.
What's it about?
The 4 Agreements. It's reprogramming your mind and freeing yourself up of the old agreements that you've made in your life with these 4 new agreements that you would. And the 4 agreements are: one is be impeccable with your word. The second agreement is I'm gonna mess this up, but the second agreement is I just was reading chapter 2 last night. Never take anything personally. The third agreement is, what is the third agreement, Jess? I don't know. The fourth agreement will be, I haven't gotten that chapter yet, but that one's going to be just do your best. Forgot what the third one was.
Sorry, Brian, we didn't give you.
Our words are impeccable though,
Yeah.
and we don't take it personally.
No, we
See, it's not what you're saying about
Right.
us. It's not about us.
That's right.
It's about you.
Yes.
And we don't take it personally.
We don't.
At all.
At all.
We want you to continue to be who you are.
Yes,
and
we do.
whatever you believe and you trust and that's what you believe. And we'll
Yes,
continue
sir.
to do what we do. But we thank you for listening.
I think he just felt like the coaches wouldn't dog their players publicly.
I say otherwise.
I didn't say dog. That
dog is-
Make them
misinterpretation.
uncomfortable.
We wanted to
Yeah.
eggshell him.
I don't even think you. My whole thing was don't talk about specific players. Just say, hey, we're going to evaluate every position. I feel like that's not. I don't.
This I haven't heard this before. He says that Jimmy said to cut you because you're overweight, but then he gave you a chance and you proved him wrong.
No, it wasn't. It didn't totally come like that. Nah, because everybody wanted Jimmy to cut me. Jimmy said we're not looking at the same film. Basically, you tell them, we're not looking at the same film.
Oh, yeah. 4 agreements.
Yeah.
Be impeccable with your word. The second agreement, don't take anything personally. We don't take anything personally here. The third agreement is don't make assumptions. Don't make assumptions. And the fourth agreement is always do your best.
At least I'm on the third one. I'm not making an assumption of this coaching staff or players.
I'm reading a new book too.
What are you reading?
What's that?
Oscar the Grouch.
Shout out to Gray.
Every night.
Yeah, a little
That's the one
bedtime
we're hooked
reading.
up on. Yep.
I'm reading a new book too.
What?
It's called Backpack.
I'm getting better, Nate. I'm getting better.
Getting better at what? I haven't seen
Chris
How you say?
Chris has been out.
He's gone absent.
He's been out of town for a week. We haven't played together in probably 2 or 3 weeks.
About a month, I think.
You know who loves our show?
Who?
My homegirl, Shells.
What's her name?
Shelby.
Call out again.
Shelby. I call her Shells. Shelby loves our show. She thinks that our show is hilarious.
Thanks, Shelby.
She never listens to our show live. She waits till the next day that she goes to the gym. So like our show airs today, she's gonna watch it tomorrow morning when she goes to the gym.
She's working out.
And she's like, people think I'm crazy because the way I be dying laughing watching Hanging with the Boys at 6 a.m. in the morning on the treadmill.
Keep it real, Miss Shelby.
We'll have to go back to non-football talk for Shelby next week since we're.
Now she loves it all. She loves it all.
So good stuff.
We could talk the combine and what Jesse's scores were.
No, we're not talking about that anymore. We're not.
What you did at combine?
Slow. We're not talking. This is
You got
why-
invited to the combine?
This is why I was a guy. If I had ran faster, it would have been better.
But you were at the combine.
Yeah.
You were
What
there.
was your 40?
Yeah.
4, 5,
We could look it up.
6.
Let's look it up next week.
Let's look it up next week.
Yeah,
and
pull
start
all of his
talking.
stats next week. If you find some footage too, Chris.
There's no footage.
There's no.
I was in the back of the
sure,
line.
You sure about
Trust
that?
me, there's no footage.
Okay.
I'm back of the line.
No, it's alphabetical order. You can't be the back of the line.
And it was like, hey, you just get back, just back up. It was the back of the group.
You're one of those guys that at the combine is like, some guys like, nah, I'm not going to do that drill. And Jesse's like, no, I'll do it.
I had no choice.
Every drill. I'll do every drill.
I'll catch every quarterback. I'll run every route. Just get me out there. Just let me,
I'll catch.
maybe somebody will see me.
I'm knocking on team's door like, y'all want to talk to me?
Yeah.
They're like,
You
This
want
the
to know the
interview
guy
room?
like,
you
they're
don't
like,
want.
you brought the chicken fingers? Nah. No, keep walking.
And I think Jesse will agree with me. The guy you do not want to be okay, is the drill they do where they like catch the ball one way and catch the ball next and they run down that straight line. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the gauntlet.
The gauntlet, right? Mm-hmm. You don't want to be the guy that gets hit in the head with the ball.
No.
Because it happens.
Yes.
At least once.
Every time.
Yeah, guys look into the right, and
Every
the ball come right from the left and just get them right in the head.
See if you can pull at least a photo of Jesse at the combine. If
I'm sure there's not one.
I can probably go to Scouting and get one of those.
Hey, let's go. All right, fellas. Good seeing y'all. See you next week. Same time, same place. Been hanging.
Bye, little gross.
We out.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!